At approximately 3:30 p.m. in Canadian County, a 23-year-old man named Benjamin Henson was stopped by the police for reckless driving, followed by handcuffing and questioning. Subsequently, a warning ticket was issued, and law enforcement decided to inspect his vehicle for unauthorized substances. Upon finding bags filled with illegal drugs in his car, Henson executed a daring escape plan. He moved the handcuffs from behind his back to the front, swiftly climbed into the driver's seat, and made off with the police vehicle and police dog still inside. This sequence of events triggered a full-scale police pursuit. At 12:03, Sparta law enforcement received a call to respond to a reported truck fire on the highway. The vehicle in question was a New Jersey snack truck that had broken down, emitting thick black smoke from its engine compartment. Officers safely guided the 34-year-old driver and his 57-year-old passenger to an area away from danger. As the fire in the truck intensified, the police made the decision to close the highway lanes for safety considerations. To make matters even more challenging, the truck, now fully engulfed in flames, unexpectedly started moving backwards at an astonishing speed, heading towards two parked police cars and leaving a fiery trail behind it. Fortunately, thanks to the quick response of the police, no injuries occurred and the situation was brought under control. We are granted a remarkable insight into the destructive tornado that hit Newcastle and beyond. An officer documented this gripping video, providing us with an unparalleled view of the colossal storm. Chief Norman's dashboard camera records the initial stages of the tornado crossing the highway. The surroundings around his vehicle appeared deceptively serene, yet he remained unaware of what was about to transpire. In a matter of minutes, the winds grew more forceful and the imminent peril became tangible. Chief Norman sensibly maintained a safe distance from the tornado, but the storm swiftly accelerated in speed and power, evolving into an EF5 tornado that wrought devastating havoc. Observe this remarkable and chilling occurrence documented by the in-car camera of Stafford Township Police vehicle. The video commences with a seemingly peaceful scene on Oak Avenue. Unbeknownst to anyone, a catastrophic incident was on the verge of unfolding. Abruptly, pandemonium ensues as the house shatters into fragments, sending shockwaves rippling through the neighborhood. The intensity of the explosion resulted in injuries to 7 utility workers, with 2 of them in critical condition. The house, unoccupied and in the midst of a renovation, is entirely reduced to rubble. The debris scattered across an area spanning a quarter of a mile, causing substantial damage to neighboring homes. Behold this incredible dashcam footage capturing a high-speed pursuit across the streets of North Manchester. Hara Koshner, a band driver, becomes the focal point of this heart-pounding chase. Behind the wheel of a stolen Audi, Koshner leads law enforcement on a daring escapade. The officers, driving a BMW X5, grapple to keep up with this breakneck speed and audacious maneuvers. His insatiable need for velocity takes center stage as he flouts speed limits, reaching speeds exceeding 70 miles per hour on roads designed for a fraction of that. It is an exhilarating journey that keeps everyone on edge. Just when you think it can't get any more insane, Koshner's reckless adventure takes a stunning twist. He collides with a tree and a set of railings, causing substantial damage to the stolen Audi. Astonishingly, Koshner emerges from the wreckage unscathed. In Ferndale, Michigan, A woman seizes a chance and speeds away in an empty police vehicle. What ensues is a high-octane pursuit caught on the dashboard camera. The dashcam recording unveils the intense chase as Hawkins races through the streets, hitting speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. She fearlessly navigates through traffic, sometimes even driving against the flow of vehicles, narrowly avoiding incidents with other cars. The pursuit comes to a dramatic end when Hawkins crashes into another vehicle at 83 miles per hour. Miraculously, neither Hawkins nor the other driver sustained significant injuries. In Woonsocket, South Dakota, the dashboard cameras of two police vehicles document a stunning event as they traverse a formidable storm. While executing a standard left turn, they unveil a colossal tornado spanning the horizon. As the patrol cars proceed along Highway 37, their sirens wailing, the officers reduce their speeds to observe the tornado's immense force. The footage records the gradual movement of the tornado across the terrain. In a matter of minutes, the formerly powerful and intimidating tornado begins to lose its intensity, evolving into delicate tendrils of clouds. A trooper observes a car traveling at a high velocity on Interstate 55, recording its speed at 90 miles per hour in a 75 mile per hour zone. The driver continues to elude the trooper but eventually loses control of the vehicle on Highway 158. Trooper Middlecoff executes a successful pit maneuver, temporarily forcing the subject's car off the road. The pursuit escalates as the suspect maneuvers through fields, even catching some air in an attempt to flee. However, after colliding with a median, the suspect loses control once more, recognizing the futility of their escape. Finally, the suspect surrenders, bringing the adrenaline-charged pursuit to an end. We possess dashcam footage recorded from a South Carolina Highway Patrol trooper's cruiser, offering a first-hand perspective of a high-speed pursuit that ultimately resulted in a tragic conclusion. The dashcam recording documents the moments when a trooper identifies a stolen black sedan and initiates a chase on Highway 17A. The pursued vehicle eventually exits the highway and transitions onto a side road.
1050, vehicle just crashed. We're at right before US 176. It's bad. Show me your hand!
Approximately 5 minutes into the pursuit, the driver being pursued attempts to pass a truck but loses control, crashing into a pair of trees on Cooper Store Road. The trooper cautiously approaches the scene with a drawn weapon and requests the driver to display their hands, but there is no response. Subsequently, we possess dashcam footage that chronicles a tragic series of events that transpired mere minutes after a sheriff's deputy initiated a routine traffic stop.
The blue passenger car, we're still moving. Fish can tag on it. I see a portage running a lot with me here.
The dashcam recording captures the moment when a police officer identifies a speeding vehicle and promptly commences a standard traffic stop. The situation takes an unexpected turn as the driver pulls into a shopping center parking lot and briefly steps out of her vehicle. Despite the officer's repeated commands to return to her car, the driver displays defiance and refuses to comply. Tensions escalate as she re-enters her vehicle and abruptly speeds away, leaving the officer in pursuit.
Clear out. I'm out. Dispatch rescue. She's in 2 pole. 105's in office.
16 County, I've got nobody in the car.
Just 2 minutes into the pursuit, the officer arrives at the scene of a horrific crash involving the suspect's severely damaged car. Tragically, the impact was so severe that it resulted in the ejection of the driver, who was pronounced dead at the scene. The footage serves as a solemn reminder of the perils and repercussions that can stem from high-speed pursuits. Prepare for an exhilarating journey as we delve into the dashcam footage of an intense police pursuit during the early hours of Sunday morning. While conducting a patrol in the Red Roof Inn parking lot, officers spotted a Chevy Impala with heavily tinted windows. To their amazement, they discovered a man who appeared to be asleep in the driver's seat. As the officers approached the vehicle, they noticed a rifle on the rear floorboard. Upon waking the driver, they observed his attempt to conceal a plastic bag containing a suspicious white substance. In a perilous twist of events, the driver suddenly reversed the car, endangering the officers' lives by attempting to run them over. The driver then fled the scene, leading the officers on a wild police chase through the streets of North Charleston. This pursuit involved high speeds and nerve-wracking near-miss collisions as the suspect relentlessly tried to evade capture. After an exhaustive pursuit, the officers finally apprehended the suspect when he grew fatigued. On April 15th, an individual sought in connection with a previous shooting incident initiated a riveting chase with the Michigan State Police. Fifth District Fugitive Team. The enthralling dashcam footage invites us on an exciting journey through the residential neighborhoods and the bustling streets of downtown Kalamazoo. Despite the associated risks, the suspect, driving against the flow of traffic on Michigan Avenue, leaves behind a trail of excitement and peril. The dedicated law enforcement officers pursue the suspect persistently, unwavering in their commitment to public safety, propelling them forward. The pursuit reached its climax at the intersection of West Kalamazoo Avenue and North Park Street, where Thrasher's vehicle ultimately collided. In his determination to avoid capture, Thrasher opted to flee on foot. However, the swift response of the police officers ensured his immediate apprehension, marking the conclusion of this high-stakes pursuit. On September 9, 2022, in Scott, Arkansas, a trooper on speed enforcement duty encountered a stolen vehicle. Let's delve into the specifics. The trooper initiated a pursuit as the stolen SUV turned onto Colonel Maynard Road. Despite the trooper activating emergency lights and siren, the suspect did not yield and continued driving. A pit maneuver was executed on Craig Road, causing the suspect's vehicle to spin and collide with the trooper's patrol unit. The pursuit took an unforeseen twist when the driver abruptly abandoned the vehicle and disappeared into the nearby woods. In concern for the well-being of a reported baby in the rear-facing car seat, the trooper promptly approached Miss Jones and her son to ensure their safety. Thankfully, the mother and child emerged from the incident unharmed, providing much-needed relief amidst the intense circumstances. While en route back to headquarters, Sergeant Scott found himself confronted by a severe thunderstorm accompanied by an approaching tornado. Acknowledging the impending danger, he recognized the need for swift action to ensure his safety.
The tornado warning is still in effect. Let's go back to the storm tracker, and we have David Payne here on the camera. Let's go back to David. David, what do you got? All right, Mike, go ahead and down Highway 9.
Amidst the torrential downpour and contending with strong winds, Sergeant Scott faced the challenging decision. of pulling over and waiting for the storm to abate. The dashcam recording vividly portrays the intensifying rainfall and rapid diminishing visibility, illustrating the demanding conditions encountered by law enforcement officers in the course of their duties. In a truly remarkable display of courage and dedication, Sergeant Scott remained composed as a tornado ominously neared his parked vehicle. The gripping dashcam footage captured the intense moment when swirling debris and dark storm clouds passed perilously close to his car. Sergeant Scott's calm demeanor and unwavering commitment to his duty are genuinely praiseworthy. In the early hours of April 11th, a dashcam video recorded a vehicle speeding through the streets of 22nd and Bancroft, reaching dangerously high velocities. The recording unveils the driver's reckless actions, endangering both themselves and others.
17, I have one not stopping on southbound 24th Street, F-15, white Camaro.
When the officer activated their overhead lights and siren in an attempt to signal the Cameo driver to halt, the situation took a perilous turn. Rather than complying with the officer's directives, the driver opted to accelerate and executed a daring maneuver, disregarding the officer's instructions. This escalated the pursuit, putting both the fleeing driver and other road users in grave jeopardy.
17, vehicle crash. It's going to be a PI accident, rollover.
The dashcam footage documented a terrifying incident as the Camaro blatantly ran a red light at the intersection of 24th Street and Dove Street. The collision between the Camaro and a pickup truck resulted in minimal damage to the truck. However, the true devastation occurred when the Camaro collided with a vehicle operated by a 48-year-old woman, along with a third vehicle at the intersection. The impact of the crash was severe, leaving a path of destruction and underscoring the serious consequences of reckless driving. In North Toledo, a robbery transpired in which a woman was reportedly held at gunpoint. Toledo police responded promptly and expeditiously gathered details about the suspect's vehicle. As the pursuit unfolded, the reckless actions of the suspect placed both themselves and other individuals in significant jeopardy. The suspect initiated a pit maneuver on their vehicle, causing it to spin out. Astonishingly, the suspect rapidly returned to the road, continuing their erratic attempt to escape. In a startling twist of events, the suspect's desperate efforts to elude capture were thwarted near the intersection of Summit and Sedan. Law enforcement officers demonstrated remarkable determination as they closed in swiftly on the suspects, who ultimately abandoned their vehicle and attempted to flee on foot. The suspects were apprehended with their escape route effectively blocked, concluding their reckless evasion of the law. The unwavering commitment of the officers ensured that justice prevailed, safeguarding the well-being of the community. An observant semi-truck driver reported an erratic white pickup truck being driven by Gino Miller, 27 years old. Miller's driving exhibited dangerous patterns involving frequent lane changes and even traveling on the shoulder. With unwavering determination, deputies established a perimeter around Miller's truck, embarking on a relentless pursuit that covered several miles. Their persistent pursuit extended into Barron County, where they made multiple attempts to halt the suspect's vehicle using spike strips. The high-stakes chase intensified as law enforcement employed every available tactic to bring the situation to a safe conclusion.
Four corners, you can probably do a rolling roadblock.
Undaunted by the inherent risks. In a gripping culmination, Miller's truck was eventually immobilized and law enforcement promptly took him into custody. The intensity of the pursuit was further heightened when, during the arrest, a bag of fentanyl fell from Miller's vehicle. This unexpected development led to the discovery of illicit drugs, elevating the seriousness of the situation even further. In Newark, Ohio, a police pursuit unfolded when an observant police officer spotted a reckless driver, prompting them to initiate the chase. What ensued was a heart-pounding 35-minute pursuit along winding rural roads, gravel paths, and dirt tracks. In this gripping dashcam footage, the suspect, at the wheel of a front-wheel drive Buick, displayed astonishing skill, effortlessly navigating sharp corners marked with a mere 25 miles per hour speed limit at astonishing speeds, exceeding 80 miles per hour, even in a powerful police interceptor. The pursuing officer struggled to keep pace with the suspect's elusive maneuvers and lightning-fast reflexes. The officer's exceptional focus and composure enabled them to navigate the challenging rural terrain, including gravel and dirt, all while keeping the suspect in their sights. As the chase neared its climax, tension hung in the air. The dashcam recorded the heart-stopping moment when the suspect's luck finally ran out. With a bone-chilling crash, the suspect's vehicle met a sudden end, bringing the high-stakes chase to an abrupt conclusion. Here's a dashcam recorded police chase in Sterling Heights that will have you on the edge of your seat as officers race through the streets, skillfully navigating sharp turns and narrow alleys in hot pursuit of a suspect. In Sterling Heights, law enforcement responded to reports of a suspect displaying reckless driving behavior. The dashcam footage from one of the police cruisers provides a glimpse into the challenging circumstances, with dimly lit, rain-soaked roads making their pursuit even more perilous. In a surprising twist of events, the suspect suddenly abandons their vehicle and attempts to escape on foot. Despite the suspect's effort to outrun the officers, their determination ultimately pays off. The dashcam captures the intense pursuit culminating in the suspect's apprehension. The unwavering efforts of the officers ultimately resulted in the successful capture of the suspect, ensuring the safety of the community and bringing a sense of relief to all those involved. Now, our focus shifts to a riveting police chase led by the Franklin County Sheriff's Office. What commenced as a high-stakes pursuit swiftly evolved into a tragic series of events. The chase was set in motion when Lieutenant Ed Schillig of the Franklin County Sheriff's Office observed a Chevrolet sedan speeding at 74 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone. He promptly activated his lights and sirens, but the stolen vehicle refused to come to a halt. The situation rapidly escalated as speeds surged past 100 miles per hour.
Oh, crap.
During the gripping pursuit, captured on the cruiser's camera, a heart-wrenching incident unfolded involving an innocent pedestrian named Arthur Smith. The camera footage unveils a distressing moment when the stolen car collided with Smith, propelling him into the air before he crashed onto the pavement. The immediate response of the police officers at the scene mirrored the shock and sorrow experienced by all those present. It served as a poignant reminder of the human toll that high-speed pursuits can exact. Presenting an action-packed video, this is a Greenfield police pursuit that unfolded in Wisconsin. In this footage, we will guide you through the adrenaline-fueled events that transpired, culminating in jaw-dropping climax. During the early hours of a Tuesday morning, law enforcement officers in Greenfield, Wisconsin were thrust into an extraordinarily high-speed chase. What initially began as reports of suspicious activity and a routine traffic violation rapidly evolved into a captivating series of events. It was apparent right from the start that this pursuit would be anything but ordinary. Capturing the attention of both officers and spectators alike, the heart-pounding, high-speed chase eventually came to a horrifying conclusion near the intersection of 60th and Lincoln in West Allis, around 2:45 a.m. The sheer force of the impact brought the pursuit to an abrupt halt, leaving no room for escape for the two individuals inside the fleeing vehicle. The apprehension of the suspects marked the culmination of an exhilarating chase that had kept law enforcement and onlookers perched on the edge of their seats. Up next is a gripping police pursuit that ultimately resulted in the apprehension of an individual connected to a carjacking and murder. Let's delve into the specifics.
I gotta go through the grass over here by the apartments. I gotta block the railing.
Anthony Butler Jr., the suspect at the center of the case, led law enforcement officers on a heart-pounding journey through multiple cities. The pursuit was characterized by high-speed excitement and perilous maneuvers. However, the adrenaline-fueled chase came to a dramatic conclusion when Butler Jr. lost control and crashed Shane Bartik's vehicle into a fence at an apartment complex in Euclid. This harrowing climax left bystanders astonished and marked the end of a chase that had enthralled many.
Hey, what's your name? I can't do nothing, man. Hey, they're saying no. Coming up over here, we might want to secure the area.
With their adrenaline surging and the firearms at the ready, the courageous officers cautiously approached the suspect's vehicle, prepared to gain control of the situation. The suspect's reckless attempt to evade the authorities resulted in serious charges, including fleeing, possession of stolen property, and a variety of other traffic-related offenses. It's a classic example of thinking one can outwit the law, a pursuit as futile as attempting to outrun your own shadow. Trying to elude the law? Best of luck with that. It's a battle you're destined to lose from the very outset. As the remnants of Hurricane Nate advanced northward, the situation became quite unsettling. The skies darkened and took on an ominous tone, while the wind began to howl with great intensity.
It's definitely on the ground. I got some video of it.
County Fire Follow across 23. I think it is on the ground, Firewood Drive, behind Rooster.
The atmosphere grew ominously dim, setting a scene of imminent peril. As the clouds swirled and thickened, it was a sight that sent chills down one's spine. A potential tornado seemed to be forming right before our eyes, as if nature itself sensed the impending storm. Birds darted frantically through the air, seeking refuge from the encroaching chaos. Their frantic flight heightened the tension and urgency of the moment.
Your countries are low and you're on a thank you to take.
Suddenly, the heavens opened up, and rain poured down as if there were no tomorrow. In a matter of seconds, the atmosphere shifted from being somewhat gloomy to downright terrifying. The rain fell in torrents, making it nearly impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. The police officers swiftly recognized the potential danger and wasted no time in driving away, prioritizing their safety and that of others. We have an exciting dashcam video to share with you. It features a high-speed police pursuit on State Highway 8 in Warren, Arkansas, as captured by Arkansas State Troopers. Throughout this unfolding chase, the suspect continuously exhibits reckless behavior, persistently attempting to evade capture. Despite law enforcement officers closing in, Arkansas State Troopers make a decisive move, employing the pit maneuver, causing the suspect's vehicle to lose control and bringing the pursuit closer to its conclusion. The suspect's car is rapidly surrounded by a determined group of police officers, forming a tight perimeter with their weapons at the ready. Confronted with the overwhelming presence of law enforcement, the suspect reluctantly acknowledges that his flashy getaway vehicle is no match for the long arm of the law. With the situation under control, officers cautiously approach the suspect's vehicle, forcibly extracting him through the window and promptly taking him into custody. It's a pivotal moment where law enforcement's unwavering dedication to public safety prevails, ensuring that justice is served. In our upcoming video, we explore a tragic incident that unfolded during a high-speed police pursuit in Sheridan, Arkansas. The chain of events begins innocuously with a routine traffic stop initiated by an officer from the Sheridan Police Department. However, the situation took an unexpected turn when the driver refused to comply with the officer's instructions. Little did anyone anticipate that this would set the stage for a gripping and intense chase. Recognizing the threat posed by the suspect, the officer made the decision to employ deliberate intervention tactics in an effort to halt the ongoing pursuit. Regrettably, the pursuit concluded in a heartbreaking tragedy as the suspect veered into the officer's lane, resulting in a loss of control and a devastating crash into the roadside ditch. The outcome was profoundly saddening, underscoring the serious risks associated with a high-speed chase and the potential harm they can inflict on innocent lives. Presenting the exhilarating video footage of a bold bank robber on the run, followed by a heart-pounding police pursuit in Malcolm County.
Watch your fire, I'm pulling up in front of you.
The video commences with a van parked on the side of the road, encircled by police officers. The authorities had the suspect cornered and demanded that he exit the vehicle, but the suspect refused to comply and instead accelerated away, triggering a dramatic chase. As the pursuit played out, the police employed various tactics to capture the suspect. Ultimately, they executed the pit maneuver with exceptional precision, causing the suspect's van to swerve and struggle for control. The suspect's vehicle was boxed in, and it appeared that the chase had reached its climax. Just when it seemed the situation was coming to an end, an unexpected turn of events transpired, catching everyone off guard. The driver abandoned the van and fled, initiating an intense foot chase. The determined police officers were in hot pursuit, resolute in their determination not to let him escape. Our video opens in the Hillard area, where the police initiated a pursuit. The driver of a tractor-trailer declined to stop, triggering a high-stakes chase that played out in the bustling lanes of I-270.
He is conscious, he just cracked the steering wheel as he veered off.
Numerous reports flooded the dispatch center as concerned citizens described the driver's erratic behavior and witnessed the truck dangerously weaving across the freeway. In a swift response, Hillard police took immediate action, recognizing the urgency of regaining control over the situation with a steadfast commitment to public safety. They launched the pursuit, determined to apprehend the driver and mitigate any potential harm resulting from the reckless actions. The pursuit grew progressively more intense as the truck sped along I-270, heading toward the junction with I-70 in East Columbus. After an unrelenting chase, the truck eventually came to a temporary stop near East Main Street. To the authorities' surprise, the cargo within the truck turned out to be syrup. The motives behind the truck's erratic behavior remain unclear, but one thing is certain: they committed multiple traffic violations throughout the pursuit. Our following video transports us to Minneapolis, where a routine morning took a chaotic turn when a reckless driver attempted to evade law enforcement. The incident unfolded on Highway 100 in Robbinsdale, where the driver's actions drew the vigilant attention of the police. As the pursuit commenced, tensions escalated rapidly, eventually culminating in a tragic collision near the intersection of 42nd Avenue North and Regents Avenue. The impact of the crash left a profound mark on the scene, leaving behind a trail of devastation and sorrow. In a distressing twist of fate, the fleeing driver violently collided with a school bus from behind, which was carrying 22 innocent children. The collision's effects were shattering, creating a scene of disarray and heartache. Emergency response teams quickly arrived on the scene in response to distress calls and attended to the injured. The aftermath of the collision was genuinely heartrending, with 7 children on the school bus reporting injuries. Our next video is set in Auburn Hills, Michigan, where what began as a routine patrol quickly transformed into a high-stakes pursuit.
Yeah, let me see your driver license. Why are you drinking beer? Shut off.
On an intense day, June 12th to be exact, a vigilant sergeant came across a white Chevrolet S10 parked at a construction site well beyond its operating hours. Sensing a potential issue, he promptly took action, initiating an exhilarating chase of Crossley, the individual suspected of involvement in the incident. The pursuit grew increasingly intense as they sped down Bald Mountain Road, recklessly maneuvering through the streets and placing the lives of innocent bystanders in significant jeopardy. The stakes were undeniably high, and the chase unfolded with heart-pounding intensity.
Beaver 70 pulls back on the stall on license plate.
Prioritizing the safety of the community, the sergeant made the decision to bring the pursuit to a halt. However, the story didn't conclude there for Victor Crossley. A twist emerged when it was revealed that the license plate on his truck had been reported as stolen in another city, further deepening the mystery surrounding this incident. A distressed woman who had been kidnapped and assaulted sought refuge by locking herself in a bathroom at a Tesco gas station. Her call to 911 triggered a rapid response from Marionetta police.
Can you give me good deputy Georgian
The chase escalated swiftly, transitioning onto southbound Cobb Parkway and then continuing westbound on South Cobb Drive. The situation took a perilous turn as the suspect, Head, displayed a complete disregard for public safety. Head accelerated to high speeds and executed reckless maneuvers, seemingly attempting to collide with police cruisers. The intensity of the pursuit posed a significant threat to both law enforcement officers and innocent bystanders.
We're going to be west of Fairground.
The pursuit came to a crashing halt on South Cobb Drive, between Fairground Street and Atlanta Road. Head swerved the stolen van into another civilian vehicle, resulting in a severe automobile accident. Both Head and the other driver were transported to Wellstar Kingstone Hospital for medical attention. Next, we present a profoundly sorrowful tale that highlights the profound repercussions that can result from a police chase. The pursuit initiated in Troy and extended northward across Hoover Heights. As officers trailed the 19-year-old suspect, Jalen Alexander, they uncovered that he had outstanding warrants, including charges of felonious assault and child endangerment. This raised substantial concerns regarding the community's safety.
431. I need medic.
Regrettably, the chase concluded in a heart-wrenching tragedy, claiming the lives of 2 individuals and leaving 2 others with injuries. Law enforcement officers swiftly arrived at the scene to assess the situation. However, despite the prompt response of emergency personnel, the injuries sustained by the individuals proved to be too severe. We have an exceptionally gripping video that involves a high-speed chase, near-miss incidents, and a successful arrest. The sequence of events began when a Michigan State Police trooper observed an RV running a red light at the intersection of M46 and M91. Strategically, the trooper deployed spike strips near M82 and Amy's school in hopes of deflating the RV's tires and slowing it down. However, the situation took a perilous turn when the RV refused to come to a stop.
To the fire, guys.
Heading south on US 131 in the northbound lanes, the RV found itself in the midst of a traffic congestion due to an unrelated car fire. Disregarding the risk, the driver attempted to maneuver between the lanes of oncoming traffic, resulting in collisions with 4 civilian-driven vehicles.
Fulton County's at 14 miles on the northbound pass.
Kent County's got the freeway shut down at 12 miles.
Eventually, the RV exited US 131 at the ramp to 17 Mile Road, turning east. It was at this point that the troopers executed a pit maneuver to safely halt the RV and bring this dangerous pursuit to a conclusion. The Sterling Heights Police Department has recently shared this remarkable video, highlighting an officer's swift response that transformed what could have been a tragic situation into a heartwarming tale of hope and heroism. Upon the officer's arrival, he is met by a distressed family clutching their 3-week-old baby girl who has suddenly stopped breathing.
Oh, please! Where's the emergency?
Hold on. Let me see the baby.
With composure and determination, Officer Maciejewski gently takes the fragile infant into his arms, drawing upon his training to initiate a life-saving intervention.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
With unwavering resolve, Officer Maciejewski administers forceful back thrusts aimed at dislodging the obstruction in the baby's airway. Ultimately, in a moment of triumph, the baby successfully clears the blockage and begins to cry.
He's crying. He's okay, he's crying. David 10, baby's crying.
This sound ushers in a wave of relief and renewed optimism for everyone in the room. The Gate City Police Department recently shared a riveting video that highlights a heroic deed, exemplifying the strong bond among fellow officers in the line of duty. Officer Jessica McGraw was conducting an investigation of an accident on Highway 23 when Officer Matthew Stewart arrived to assist her. While they were engaged in conversation, a white car suddenly lost control on the northbound side, careening across the median toward them at a frightening speed. In a breathtaking display of instinct and courage, Officer Matthew Stewart quickly discerned the imminent danger in the blink of an eye. Without a moment's hesitation, he sprang into action, reaching out to grab Officer Jessica McGraw and swiftly pulling her out of harm's path. The inevitable collision occurred as the white car struck the patrol vehicle, sending fragments of debris scattering in all directions. In a bold effort to apprehend a man driving a stolen Jeep, the Mentor Police Department embarks on a high-stakes pursuit. As the chase unfolds, the potential consequences become evident. The suspect's reckless driving could lead to a catastrophic outcome, putting the lives of pedestrians and drivers in oncoming traffic in grave danger. The tension steadily escalates as the officers work diligently to avoid any harm. In a heart-pounding climax, the suspect's Jeep executes a daring maneuver, narrowly avoiding disaster and having a close call with both a pedestrian and an oncoming car. The tension soars as the pursuits continue, with adrenaline coursing through the veins of all onlookers. Eventually, the Jeep collides with a massive semi-truck, trapping the suspect and leading the police swiftly swooping in for a cinematic conclusion to this wild chase. The video captures a police officer conducting a field sobriety test on a young woman who was not wearing pants but had a long shirt for coverage.
Okay, you have scoliosis. Alright, so does that mean you can't balance on one leg or you can?
We observed the officer conducting a sequence of field sobriety tests on the young woman, who remained composed and cooperative during their entire process. Notably, despite her absence of pants, she did not appear distressed.
I'm going to explain how to do this, all right? You're going to pick whichever foot, doesn't matter, left or right, okay? I want you to raise it 6 to 8 inches off the ground. 6 to 8 inches off the ground is about the length of my flashlight.
The officer's performance was marked by respect, friendliness, and professionalism while carrying out their duties. It's praiseworthy when members of law enforcement fulfill their responsibilities conscientiously and without overstepping boundaries. Get ready for an exhilarating experience as we delve into the heart-pounding sequence of events from a recent traffic stop that swiftly transforms into a nerve-wracking pursuit. It's a Tuesday night on the bustling Interstate 95 when this dramatic scene unfolds. A pickup truck is nabbed for speeding, hurtling along at a staggering 80 miles per hour in a zone designed for 60. Little do the occupants of the vehicle know that their decision is about to trigger a chain of events that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Rather than complying with the authorities, the driver opts to flee, initiating a hard-stopping pursuit that is set to push the boundaries in an unexpected twist. This chase ultimately screeches to a halt as the pickup truck crashes in a fiery explosion. The sheer impact of this collision sends shockwaves through the night, leaving all of us in awe of its tremendous power. On a serene August evening in Rapid City, Jeff Siemens is calmly driving through town with his wife and stepdaughter on their way to Montana. However, out of nowhere, a life-threatening emergency strikes as Siemens goes into cardiac arrest.
Oh, dear God! Come on, Chris. Somebody please hurry! Oh, dear
Back up.
Plunging his loved ones into a state of panic. Within a matter of minutes, the Rapid City Police Department springs into immediate action. Officer Kathleen Callery arrives swiftly at the scene, closely followed by Officer Chris Hunt and Officer Michael Freibarger. Together they form a united front, fully prepared to confront this challenging situation.
We're gonna have to pull him up the hill a little bit more. Okay.
These officers waste no time. They leap into action, administering CPR and delivering a vital defibrillation shock. Their rapid thinking and resolute determination serve as the lifeline that Jeff Siemens desperately requires. Siemens' condition steadily improves thanks to the collective efforts of these everyday heroes. Here, we present astounding footage that will pique your curiosity and leave you captivated. On the evening of April 16, 2019, an extraordinary event unfolded in the skies above Bethany Beach, Delaware. It was a tranquil Tuesday evening, with the sun having set, casting a warm glow across the horizon. Suddenly, a dazzling fireball emerged in the sky, leaving a trail of wonder in its wake. Witnesses were treated to a truly unforgettable spectacle as the fireball streaked through the atmosphere, capturing the attention of people near and far. This vigilant officer's dashcam impeccably recorded the incandescent brilliance of the fireball, tracing its graceful descent towards the distant horizon. Such awe-inspiring sights are rare for police officers to capture, and we extend our heartfelt gratitude to Officer Coots for generously sharing this extraordinary footage. On April 10, 2020, at approximately 6:40 a.m., a call for assistance was received by the police. They were in pursuit of a black pickup truck being driven by Justin Battlefield. The pickup had been recklessly navigating through traffic lights and even overtaking vehicles on the shoulder of US 71. As the pursuit progressed, Battlefield's actions grew increasingly perilous. He disregarded traffic lights, veered onto the shoulder, and even crossed into oncoming traffic. Trooper Sean Ellis received orders to bring the pickup to an immediate stop. He executed a pit maneuver in an effort to immobilize the vehicle. During the pit maneuver, the trooper's unit came into contact with the passenger side of Battlefield's vehicle. Both vehicles left the road, with Battlefield's truck overturning and becoming airborne as it passed over Trooper Ellis's vehicle. Unfortunately, Justin Battlefield sustained fatal injuries due to the collision, while Trooper Sean Ellis also suffered severe injuries. Here's another adrenaline-pumping video of a high-speed pursuit, featuring swift maneuvers and an unexpected turn of events as a GMC Denali attempts to evade the Arkansas State Police. As the chase intensified, the Denali driver began weaving through traffic, executing daring maneuvers such as crossing the center line, accelerating, and abruptly hitting the brakes, all in an attempt to elude the relentless pursuit by the Arkansas State Police. In a moment of high action, one of the troopers executed a tactical vehicle intervention maneuver, causing the Denali to swerve off the road. However, the determined suspect managed to navigate out of the ditch and continue their desperate attempt to escape. The pursuit eventually culminated in a climactic conclusion as the Denali lost control while negotiating a curve, crashing into trees and brush. The dust settled, and the chaos subsided, marking the end of this high-octane chase. It started as an ordinary day amidst the bustling streets of Brooklyn, until a minivan, pursued by the police, stole the spotlight. A quick-thinking officer happened to be in the right place at the right time, capturing the high-octane chase that unfolded before their camera lens. As the minivan tore through the streets, the tension in the atmosphere was palpable. The driver appeared resolute in escaping custody, executing perilous maneuvers, and narrowly avoiding collisions with other vehicles. The situation took a turn for the worse when, in a desperate bid for freedom, the minivan collided with several other cars, creating a heart-stopping impact. The screeching of tires and the deafening sound of crumpling metal filled the air as chaos erupted on the Brooklyn streets. Just when it seemed the spectacle couldn't become any more intense, the minivan's driver made a bold move, attempting to flee on foot. In 2012, Yorba Linda, California, bore witness to a series of underground electrical vault explosions that not only plunged the community into darkness, but also highlighted the extraordinary courage of first responders. Almost like a scene from a movie, a police officer on patrol captured a remarkable moment on his dashboard camera: the sudden explosion of an underground electrical vault that lit up the night sky and created chaos in the area.
Just exploded.
However, the story didn't end there. As emergency personnel rushed to the scene, they were confronted with an increasingly nightmarish situation. The initial explosion was just the beginning, as subsequent explosions rocked the vicinity. Captain David Wolf of the Orange County Fire Authority quickly responded to the scene, displaying exceptional bravery. Yet, fate had different plans in store. One blast propelled him nearly 10 feet, leaving him disoriented and injured. The recording footage exposes the chilling moments that ensued, underscoring the resilience of our courageous first responders. In the following video, we present a compelling and heart-wrenching narrative that unfolded on the streets of Sheridan, Arkansas. In this exclusive footage, we will explore a high-speed chase that took a devastating turn, leaving the community in disbelief. The chain of events began quite innocuously when a Sheridan Police Department officer initiated a routine traffic stop within the city limits. However, to the officer's surprise, the driver behind the wheel adamantly refused to comply with their instructions, setting the stage for an intense and captivating pursuit about to unfold. With each passing moment, the pursuit escalated in intensity. The suspect, with a complete disregard for human life, drove recklessly, putting others on the road at risk. Recognizing the ongoing danger posed by the suspect, the officer decided to use deliberate tactics to halt the vehicle. The pursuit ultimately ended tragically when the suspect swerved into the officer's lane, lost control, and crashed into a roadside ditch. In the Green Sea area, a police car's dashboard camera documented a sequence of events that would forever alter the destinies of those who were a part of it. As the officer pursued the speeding motorcyclist, tension rapidly escalated. The motorcyclist, fully cognizant of the risk involved, decided to engage in a cat-and-mouse game with the law, unaware that his choice was bound to have severe repercussions. The consequences were no laughing matter. It was one of those moments that makes you shake your head in disbelief, questioning their judgment. The situation took a turn for the worse, leaving a lasting impact on all those involved and the community. The police officer adeptly closed the gap between them. The blaring sirens filled the air, imploring the motorcyclist to reconsider his actions, but he continued to accelerate, deftly weaving through traffic, seemingly determined to elude capture. Then, in the blink of an eye, the motorcyclist, perhaps sensing the impending danger, briefly turned his head, but it was too late. A collision was inevitable, and the catastrophic impact sent shockwaves through the entire scene. Prepare to be enthralled by a riveting police pursuit that will keep you on the edge of your seat. In this dashboard camera footage, we bore witness to a daring escape that can only be described as a combination of luck, quick thinking, and a touch of strategy. The story began with the blaring sirens and the ensuing adrenaline-pumping chase. Our dashboard camera meticulously recorded every heart-stopping moment as the suspect's vehicle led law enforcement on a high-speed pursuit through the streets. As the chase unfolded, the suspect encountered a stroke of luck at a busy intersection. With expert finesse, he maneuvered through the chaos, leaving behind a trail of screeching tires. This extended burnout allowed him to gain crucial distance, momentarily leaving the pursuing officers in the dust. However, this is where the narrative takes an intriguing turn. The pursuing officer made a calculated decision to obey traffic signals, prioritizing the safety of innocent bystanders and preventing potential collisions. Although this tactic temporarily slowed down the pursuit, it underscored an unwavering commitment to public safety. At precisely the right moment, the suspect disappeared from view, leaving officers bewildered and the chase fading into the rearview mirror. This jaw-dropping footage captured on July 2, 2023, we witness a high-speed police chase that ended in a catastrophic wreck. The scenes depict the intense moments leading up to the crash. There were skid marks from the vehicle's tires on the road, and the car went airborne after hitting a concrete center divider. The pursuing police vehicles diligently tried to keep up their sirens blaring through the night.
Whoa, the moon. Oh my gosh. My car. What?
And there it is. A heart-stopping moment as the suspect's car collides with the concrete center divider, launching the vehicle into the air like something out of an action movie. It slams into that concrete center divider with a heart-stopping thud, sending shockwaves through the scene. You can practically feel the raw force of the impact just by looking at the wreckage it leaves behind. Unbelievable. It appeared to be an ordinary day in Noonan until the tranquility was shattered by the actions of a woman later identified as Rose Becker, igniting a high-speed police pursuit that reverberated throughout the city. The chase took a harrowing turn when Becker raced through a school zone while students were on their way home. Accelerating to a remarkable 70 miles per hour, she maneuvered through the streets with officers in hot pursuit.
Back off, I'm gonna hit him.
Intensifying the effort to bring this dramatic chase to a close. Speeds escalated to an astonishing 90 miles per hour, setting the stage for an epic confrontation. The chase reached its thrilling climax when authorities ultimately cornered Becker on Fisher Road. With synchronized precision, they surrounded her vehicle and promptly placed her under arrest. A search of her car revealed a startling discovery: potential cocaine and marijuana, adding another layer of complexity to the unfolding drama. In the heart of Harlan, Indiana, this dashcam footage transports us to a relentless tornado's rampage, offering a remarkable portrayal of nature's awesome power. Be prepared as we narrate the remarkable scenes captured by an alert police officer's dashboard camera. The dashcam of a vigilant police officer bore witness to the harrowing sight of a tornado tearing through Harlan, Indiana. The sky grew ominously dark, and pandemonium unfolded as the tornado left a trail of devastation in its wake. The winds roared, and debris was sent airborne. Every heart-stopping moment of the tornado's destructive path was meticulously recorded by the police officer's dashcam. Trees were violently torn from the ground, and the very essence of the town appeared to quiver in the face of nature's unyielding force. Startling video from Lincoln County, Tennessee, emphasizes the importance of responsible drinking and ensuring safety when alcohol is involved. While conducting a routine road check, an officer encountered a jaw-dropping accident that left him astounded. Dashcam footage captures a man who appeared to be under the influence, exiting his vehicle and taking a headlong plunge into a nearby creek. The officer and the man's intoxicated friend were on the scene, urging the man to check on his condition and coaxing him to exit the creek. The officer later reported that, thankfully, the man eventually emerged from the water with only minor injuries. This incident serves as a poignant reminder to exercise caution when consuming alcohol. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.